Hey boy, Scorpion here. So I'm working on a 3D print for a gentleman. I've done some other stuff for him in the past, but as I always do, I like to tag them in the lines and down below and all that good stuff. So look through the info section, you should be able to find them. But this is a 3D print, so I'm just going to take you through a couple quick steps and let you see a little bit of the print being done, and we'll pull out the product. Alright, so we started off with, we wanted Tennessee. So started off with this. And not exactly this. I had to do some math. He wanted it to be about 1 ounce in size. So I figured up cubic inches and did basically just started with a coin here. Cylinder. So I did the radius of 20, and then I did the height and of 3 for a coin, and got a volume of about 0.23 cubic inches because he wanted it to be close to that 1 troy ounce. And then I come up here to the rectangular prism. I did some mathematical numbers and stuff, got it as close to about the same for the thickness, because you don't want it to be too thin when you pour silver. Figured up my length and width and got a volume of about 0.3. So we'll actually see how close it'll be when we get around to the actual pour. It's just going to be kind of interesting. Got people over here breaking stuff, but it figured it up as it being a rectangle this way. So we had some missing here and some missing here, so therefore that's why I went with the higher amount there for the volume, the cubic inches of 3. Then I had to add words. So I added the words to it. It's actually 2 different designs here. This is only showing one of them, and you can't see the words because, well, I changed everything so you couldn't. You can see Tennessee that's on the back, but you have to take this and kind of throw it at an angle, bring it up off the base plate, and let it print to it. If you print directly on the base plate, quite often you end up with errors and other issues and problems. So I did 2 of these Tennessees, different word on each one. So it says about an hour of print time, so let's go check it out and see how it's doing. Alright, finished products. Let's see how they turned out. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So we're gonna remove them from the build plate here. Drop them over in the alcohol. You're not supposed to touch them with your hands till they're cured. If y'all been watching me long enough, you know that I don't really care, so. Actually, I think I changed that to water last time. Nope, it's still alcohol. So we are going to... Alright. So I'm going to turn this on. Run it through a wash cycle. Let's do 3 minutes. Ooh, it jumped to 5. Alright, 5 minutes it is then. And the only problem with 3D printing is if you don't have something to print right after, it's like a constant, you have to take everything out and clean everything. And yeah, so if you're really going to get into 3D printing with resin, you want kind of a constant cycle going so you don't have to completely clean everything every time. So it definitely makes a mess, and it's a pain to clean. So I will bring y'all back when the wash cycle is done. If you've never seen a wash cycle, let me move you over here for a second. So every minute it changes direction. And you start to see the swirls going, and in a minute it'll change direction and go the other way. And it's just washing the excess resin off. And then you can drop it over in the other container and or the other item and cure it. Alright, so now you have to cure it. And my workspace is not big enough. In case y'all can't tell, I've still got a lot of stuff I need to go through and move, and but we'll get there. We will get there. So in order to cure them, you're supposed to let them dry. So we're going to let that alcohol evaporate off of there, and then we'll dry it. Alright, so you gotta put the lid on. And on small objects, a lot of times I'll do like 2 minutes. And that UV light finishes curing the resin. And then I'll flip them around and do another 2 minutes. Or maybe just a minute, it depends. You don't want to cure it too much because that'll start to harden and almost turn to like a brown if you're using the white. And it starts to mess up a little bit. So just depending upon the pieces or whatever. If you've got something really big in there, you're going to want to run it longer than that. But you're just finishing the cure and getting everything to harden. And then you got to strip your supports and everything else. Sometimes you got to sand a little bit just to clean up the edges real good, and then you're pretty much ready to go. So I'll bring y'all back when this is done curing. Alright, so we gotta take all these off. It's all the supports and everything. I'm a busy person, what can I say?
Stay busy in one room.
And it all depends on what you printed as to whether they're difficult to take off or not. I'm famous for making a mess with them. So yeah, it's not bad. I don't know if you can read it because it's all in white, but it says Tennessee across there. This side's a little bit rough, so it'll need to be sanded a little bit. There's the other one. Go Volts. So basically, they are done other than just a tad bit of sanding. So I'm going to try to sand them tomorrow, hopefully. I got to send him pictures first to make sure he's happy with them. And get them sent out to him so he can do what he wanted to do. So, hope y'all enjoyed the video. That's kind of a quick lowdown on 3D printing. And we'll see y'all next time.